Hello everybody and welcome back to the labs. I am Toasty and this is InfiniSauce episode 14. I am up here just picking up some ender pearls because they've been growing and doing things, and I've done this a couple times since we left. When we left off, we were working on an ender tank, which is not to be confused with the little like actual tanky thing from Ender Storage, which I finally added back to the game. If you remember, I had to disable it earlier, but it is back now. And so I have added it, or basically just timed. It coincided with me restarting the server. I just actually had to do that to allow it to reload the mod. But anyways, now what I'm going to talk about, we were working on Ender Tech tanks. And we were working on an automated system of basically just chucking in the resources and getting out ender pearls. Well, that has since become a thing. We've had a lot of stuff going on and a lot of things being made for us, and now really, I mean, just the more ender pearls I put in this, here, we'll see, I'll show you. The system works great, but for 4 ender pearls I think it makes 4 ooh, that's a problem actually. Yeah, we'll do that. Sorry, for 4 ender pearls, it makes 4 enderium. Sorry. All right, refocus. There we go. So for 4 ender pearls, it makes 4 enderium blend, which turn into I think 8 ingots. No, 4 ingots. Yeah. So that's not bad. Well, 1-to-1, I guess, but it requires a whole bunch of other stuff. And so we've got lots of enderium ingots. And we needed like 128 or so. We have 146. Plus, I've already worked my way up to the reinforced frames. And and I've already got the enderium gears that I need to make this happen, I believe. So this was a really long and tedious process. For these, you need the hardened glass, or different kinds of glass, signalum gears, and machine frames. This is probably my least favorite addition to the new thermal expansion, is signalum, just because it's another recipe that's buckets and powder, and blah, 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 which is 3 copper powder, 1 silver powder, and a bucket of energized redstone. And so yeah, kind of annoying to make, and then you need 4 of those, and it just took so long, but I got them all. And then machine frames are Invar and Electrum gears, and then the basic ones, and we're up to the reinforced. And so now we need to make ourselves the hardened, or the enderium machine frames, because if we look at our ender tank walls, we'll see our ender tank frame, we need those. So let's see if we have the materials to make. I won't have enough to make like a huge amount of these, but I don't need a huge amount. So we're gonna do a stack of those, and hopefully, all right, so we got 64, so let's start that. I'm gonna put these back this way some, and just have a nice little wall of tanks, I think. And I know, I'm really excited because I know that I need this to be 5x5, but I'll probably actually have it down 1. We'll see how this goes. I'm really excited because even though right now when I'm in my factory floor, I do get a obscene amount of frame rate lag for some reason, and it's really only when I'm here. I'm really excited because they just re-released extra cells for Applied Energistics 2. It was out for a bit, and then it got removed, or they took it down to work on a couple things, and now it's back. And so I'm hoping it gets added to the pack so I can start managing some fluids with 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I can get to 5. That's the thing. So yeah, and then I got to do a lot of problem solving before I play again. As to what this frame rate lag is coming from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm hoping it doesn't have anything to do with Planet Logistics. Just leaving that up there. I'm really hoping it doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think it does. Because nobody else seems to be having that issue with AE2. But we'll see. We'll figure it out, and it'll make the videos better. So it's been a really great month or so of the channel. You know, we just Infinity Labs just got started up. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, but the response has been really good. It's more than I expected people to enjoy it. We've been getting a steady stream of subs. People have been watching the videos, and it's just we got lots of comments and things, and so it's been really a lot of fun, really encouraging to keep going. The thing about it is, I'm not really sure. I gotta find a happy balance between playing and between recording with through the boring stuff, if that makes sense. So that's something I'm currently working on figuring out what the best way to go about that will be. But it's been really good, and I want to thank everybody who has subbed and who has put out comments and things that have either helped me or at least just encouraged me as well to get some of this stuff going, and to really, to keep making episodes. The Karma Pack, especially the playthroughs on that, have been really well received, so I'll probably pick up the pace on those a little bit. The problem is I have so much of it backlogged. I never know, it's hard. People comment on things that I've recorded almost a month ago now, or as soon as the Karma Pack came out, I started recording it. And that was just pure happenstance. That was complete luck. But what was I doing here? Just make a few more of these. But either way, it has been a really good response, and I really appreciate everything and that everybody said and done, and all the support so far. So episodes will keep coming. There's a couple new series in the works. Not really series, but just new ideas I've had to do, even just one-off things. Sort of change stuff up a little bit, but Minecraft will be the main feature for the foreseeable future. Under glass, under tank, yeah. But that being said, more support is always appreciated, and hopefully we can start to make some progress here on our in our playthroughs and in our community. I had a question today actually, and I still haven't responded to it because I'm not entirely sure how I want to. And so if this was your question, you might get an idea as to how far ahead these get recorded. But I had the question of, can I come play on your server? For my Karma Pack, they wanted one of the new subs, I think he was a new sub anyways, wanted to join me on the Karma Pack server. And that's kind of a sticky, I figured that question would come eventually. I didn't think it would be now, but eventually I definitely assumed it would be happening. It's a little tough to answer though, because, and I know it's kind of silly because he watched the Karma playthrough, not the InfiniSauce one that I know of, but this is just kind of something that's been on my mind. It's interesting because if I played on a standard server, that would be one thing. Where'd it go? Here. If I played on a just straight sort of built the way the pack makers design things to be built server for Karma, it would be one thing to consider whether or not I'd open it for a whitelist. But I've made a lot of modifications to the server that other people are able to do, I know, but it's more of just how do I tell who is able to do it and who's not, and who it'll actually take more time for me to explain it to than it's worth. And that's not supposed to sound arrogant or anything, but just working with some of my friends, even, that some of them are good at it, some of them aren't. And that's just sort of a fact of computing, unfortunately. But is it worth it in that sense? The other thing is that for a little while here, I did 2 servers on the same system, each with a bit of memory located to them, enough to play with me only and not have any issues. But as I've been doing more world gen thing, I'll stop one, I'll locate more, and ram to the other, and let it sort of have. Oh, I need poop on a cracker. Let it sort of do its thing. And then I'll pull the ball back up. Sorry, I realize this is nothing to do with what I'm actually working on right now. But I don't have the setup or the really the equipment I would like to have to set up a permanent server, a stable server for people to join. I have no problem playing with other people, especially if I find a decent server that I do like. But it's not really designed right now. Ender pearls, another 4 of those. It's not really designed right now for me to. I think I'm having a lighting issue. Is that what? Anyways, long story short, or still long, I know, but my server's not set up in a way where it's really feasible for other people to play consistently and reliably. There may come a time when I am able to pick a pack and stick with it, and that's really what it comes down to. And then that will be an option, and I'll be happy to send out the connection information for that. But for now, it's just not really feasible. But I want to know what you guys think. Would you be wanting to play on... I'd rather do it on Modsauce, to be honest. The only thing I have to remove to keep it compatible with everybody else is Vein Miner. Or ask people to do that. But... Or to add it, which isn't hard at all. You know, one mod, no config changes or anything. Just plop it in. But yeah, I wanted to know what you guys... what the people thought about that. You know, would you be interested in me starting up a server, and if you had the choice, would you rather me do it as like a standard setup or as the mod packs intend, or would you prefer that it's why is this? Oh no, sorry. Would you prefer that it's, you know, tweaked out the way I like? That can add some variety to it. It may require you add another instance to your launcher, but still. I don't know, what do people think about that? I don't have an issue necessarily doing it so much as I do picking one and sticking with it. If it does happen, it wouldn't be absolutely soon. Maybe after a couple updates of Modsauce and I've finished my Karma playthrough in a little while, or a new mod pack or something comes out. I don't know. It's just something I'm thinking about. It's been a really long couple days, and that topic has been on my mind for a little while. But I didn't think I'd get the question so soon. There we go. I need 2 valves. I'm going to have one sort of here. Because that way I have that little... Yeah. And maybe one here. So I've got the controller, the 2 valves, I've got enough glass to fill in the front. All I need now is energy. Oh no, that was energy input, that wasn't valve. No, the energy input will be on the bottom actually. What's involved in making the valves? Did I not do that already? Another tesseract. I should really focus. So, anyways, sorry about that little tangent, but yeah, if you let me know what you guys think about having a sub server, or you know, just some information about that, or starting up a little community of recorders or something. It's I'm game for stuff like that. But if nobody thinks it's a good idea, then I won't do it. That's for sure. So another thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that I made something really cool. So usually in a mod pack, especially recently, I've used kind of the same set of tools. It's either been a really good set of Tinker's tools, or it's been the Atomic Disassembler. on the Karma pack, I ended up opting for the enchanted flux infused tools when I added Redstone Arsenal to it, because I just really liked them. I thought it was a nice change for me. And so that has been a lot of fun, but you know, it's on this one I've gone back to my atomic disassembler because it's just awesome. Oh, it's so good. But overall, my set of tools, what I would normally use for tools, has changed this playthrough, because now I've got my wireless terminal, which is normal, a wrench of some sort is normal, I've got the atomic disassembler, a magnet, and this guy, which is the resonant exchanger, which I'll show you in a minute. And I am so excited it was added to a pack or a game of some sort. So the resonant exchanger is an item that I particularly loved from a couple other mods that has the same function, but it's like this one's actually just done really the way I wanted one to be done. And it's a lot easier to make and still expensive and balanced than alternatives have been. So let's do this. Let's finish our tank and then I'll go over what the resonant exchanger does. Whoops. Blast. So I need... Let's do 4 more of those. Oh my goodness, I missed. Alright. Ender tank. Now this has got to be like the most expensive tank in the world. I know that, but I think it fits our overpowered sort of theme. Oh, good. Oh, whew. For a second there I thought it had to be a Tesseract frame. Alright, and that should be everything. Yep, so now all I have to do is this. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-da-doo. Ender tank, and I'll replace these back parts with marble so what you can see fits. The first thing that I'm going to need to do to put stuff into this is pipe a bit underneath. I'm going to go grab, not this, this. My, oh, hello. This amethyst armor is just uber intense all by itself, and I can't wait to make another set and then enchant it, or even enchant a new set right now. I'm gonna have this guy here, this guy here, and then we're gonna pull out, and it'll actually do that. So I haven't decided how I want to pull things out. Let's talk about the resonant exchanger before I finish this. I'll do this little building project of piping and experience off camera. But don't need any of this right now. Those buckets actually have to come back over here. And just while I'm thinking about it, let's upgrade our flux capacitor, shall we? Oh, I need a pyrotheum dust. Guess what? I happen to have a whole heap ton of that. A metric heap ton. I'm having issues. Gotta put some pressure plates on those doors. Awesome. And let's charge you up while I'm doing this. Oh, and I'll show you something else I built. In a minute. Okay, so the resonant exchanger is, if you're familiar with Thaumcraft's Wand of Equal Trade, the resonant exchanger is that. It is essentially an equal trade device. You keep items in your inventory that you want to replace blocks with. And so if I want to replace this with birch, I just right click it because I've set it to birchwood, which you can see in the top left there. It says radius 1 birch, and it shows you the block, and I can just... Now, I don't know if I'm going to keep this birchwood, but for now, for purpose, I might chisel the birchwood to see what I get out of it. But this is what we got. right? So I'm just so excited. I haven't been waiting for one of these and waiting and waiting. So you basically just shift click, it sets the block that you want to replace other blocks with, and then you right click and it does that. Now, the thing I like about this more than others is it's done right. So what do I mean by that? Let's grab a bit more birch. This you can change the radius on. So it's you page up and page down on Modsauce by default. So page up, page down changes the radius and it goes to a max of 8. But what that does is just takes a radius of 4 and turns it into a beautiful easy to control block replacer. Now, the wand of trade for me, I always loved the concept on, but I found to be a bit of a pain to do. It was always a bit of a pain to get the wand to get to that point, because like I like Thaumcraft, but it's not my favorite mod in the world, and so look at that. Bloop, 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 bloop. And so getting there was always just not worth it, so I never used it. And I mean, I did, but I hated getting there. And so, what we're... let's do... Actually, just raise it 2 right now. Because it'll reach out past, I think. Alright. There we go. Perfecto. Now we have a roof, sort of. Yeah, it was always a pain to get the wand of trade. This was relatively easy to get in comparison, but still expensive. So you need a Tesseract, an Eye of Ender, or there is 2 tiers of this. I think the only difference is how much energy they hold. One holds 10 million RF, one holds 2 million RF. And you could use the first one to scale up to this one, but I mean, it's just kind of a, you know, it's expensive either way. If you've got Enderium, just go for broke and make a big one. Yeah, so, and it puts all the items that you're swapping out in your inventory, which I know some others do not. Like, I loved the block replacer from Random Things, but it was a single block only, and it didn't give you the blocks back, which wasn't the end of the world because you didn't really use it unless you were building something cool and you had a lot of materials anyways. So yeah, this has been I was so excited when I found out what this does, but pretty much this is all that Ender Tech seems to add is Enderium based items, multi-block tanks, and a this tool. Like that's it, just multi-block tanks and this tool. But I am okay with that because I love the way they've done the tool. It's so good. So good. Alright, and I'll fix how that looks up there. So we did add 2 more storage drives and a bunch more storage disks because I made a new quarry. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Basically, I set this up to react to a redstone lever, so it disconnects the advanced universal cables. And I'm not sure if they actually transfer enough power to power all these lasers at full. They had the right color lasers, but yeah, I made my Quarry Plus and my Marker Pluses, and I had some extras there just in case because I always lose them. But if you don't know about the Quarry Plus, you can set it to a much bigger area, so it's piping away in the mining world, and I'll probably show that next time. But it does a huge area, and I don't even have the max one set up, but you need the special markers, the Marker Pluses, to make that area an option. So they require some stuff done in an assembly table. The thing I really like about Quarry Plus is that it actually uses the assembly table, which is heavily underused if you don't play with Buildcraft a whole lot. So I am going to get some fluid extraction pipes and just see. I know I had a couple of these. No, it isn't Bag of Wonders. Wish I could dye those. Oh, I've got a couple of these at least. Huh, I thought I had a fluid extraction one. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. That's fine. So let's make us a new fluid extraction pipola, which I'm gonna need some pistons. So I'll actually make a stack of... That did not work like it was supposed to. I'll make a bunch of those. And we will turn them all into sticky pistons because I use these a lot for the tubes. And that way I shouldn't have to make any more of those. We're going to need a couple of hoppers, which I think, yeah, I knew I could only make 3 of, but that's fine. All right. So there's 3 extraction tubes. And these guys, boom. Oops. Put you here, get rid of the bucket, and floop, bloop, extraction tube. Booyah. And then we just, I hope these interface with each other properly. Huh. That's unfortunate. Well, I will try a couple of other things, I guess, and see if I can make that work. Because it doesn't seem to like the tubes. All right, fine. We'll try something else. Okay, guys. Until next time, I have been Toasty. This has been InfiniSauce, which is based on the Modsauce mod pack on the ATLauncher. Go check it out. It's awesome. Let me know what you guys think about that server idea. I know I didn't really say a specific idea, but yeah, read between the lines and give me some suggestions. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Hanging lab coats up on the way out, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.